Good morning everyone and welcome back to No Man's Land. This was a grass field, but it's now been subsoiled, so it's now got its ploughing done. Over here and over there I've put in the oilseed radish. It took a lot of time, I'll be honest. So, what I also did before obviously sorting out that grass was to actually collect everything that was on there, and I've put it into the pit. We've got 46,000, however, I'm not going to blanket it yet because that's not enough. That will not even fill the cows up completely, although I have to say they're not using this very quickly. What we're going to do today is we're going to make a new field, and the new field is going to go, well, I think actually we're going to do a small field by here probably. Yeah, we'll do a small one. I'm going to do one here, and then we do need to do one over there. Today we'll probably just get this small one done. And obviously I want to use the grass that's here. That would make a lot of sense. And as we've got a load of grass, rather a lot, I've decided that what we will do is make some hay and we'll bale it. I think baling is going to be a good option, but I am not actually sure yet. We will have to see if it really is going to be a good option. Okay, so I need to work out when I'm going to start this field. I suppose I could start by here. Okay. Real mower turn on. Yes, please. So yeah, we're going to do this field to start with. Now that tree is going to have to go, but I don't have a chainsaw, so for now we're just going to hug it quite tight. I know I'm kind of blocking the silage pit. It's not really a big deal because we will sort that out later. That silage pit probably won't stay forever. I put that one down because that one I knew would be fine. It's not a permanent structure, and if you remember correctly, what I wanted was to avoid permanent structures. So yeah, we're going to get this field mown first, obviously. Once it's mown, we can ted it, and then we can make ourselves some lovely hay. I think baling is going to be the way to go, but for baling, I need to lease a baler, because we obviously don't own one. And I don't think we're going to be owning one for not anytime soon. I may go around the edges off camera after the episode, if I find I've got bushes that are just a little bit too close to the edge of my field, then I'll probably go around and just tidy them up. But for now, I'm just kind of marking out where I would like to be. Ooh, that wasn't good. Obviously this tree is going to really get in the way. I am going to have to buy a chainsaw. We'll actually have to buy one. I don't think I can really lease one, even if the game lets me. It makes no sense to lease a chainsaw. I do not understand that, so I will not be doing it. So we'll get this bit done, get the marking done, and then I can lease a chainsaw after. I'm going to put the time up to 15 as well. So the reason for doing the hay, and obviously the silage once we get that done, is it's going to boost. Each of these ingredients gives 25% to the cows, and the more productive they are, the more milk they'll make, and also the quicker they'll reproduce, I think. I might be wrong. It's been such a long time since I did cows with what's it called? Sorry, my phone was ringing. Such a long time since I did cows with out seasons. We are almost done on the market. Or maybe we need to do another lap. maybe. Let's see. Usually, I'm really good at making sure my phone is on silent. Today, not so good, apparently. So I apologise for that. That is a bit of a schoolboy error there on my part. So again, cut right in. And we can cut back out. And as soon as we've done this, I'll go and grab a chainsaw and then we can hack that tree down. And we'll just put the wood to the side, I think, because I will most likely use it for firewood. I really enjoyed doing that firewood mod, so I think I'm going to do it again. This time buying the stuff for it. Yeah, we'll do that another episode. I'm not going to do that today. Today is all about the grass. Right, let me get this marked out and go and get the chainsaw, and then we can get cracking. Right, this isn't a particularly big tree, but I do now have a chainsaw, which means we can now cut it down. And because I have the lumberjack mod on, I should be able to get rid of that. Perfect. Right, let's just trim this guy. Job done. And is that small enough? That is good. Well, just put it by here for now. Then it's really easy for me to see where it is. Oh, wow. Okay, I was not expecting that. So, now it's back to the cutting. Oops. Now the only thing with doing this is we've got quite a few different jobs to do, and I don't really want to time-lapse them all. But I also don't want to do too many jump cuts. So, I think I'm going to tell you what we're going to do with this field. That's a good idea. Now, obviously, it's going to need to be subsoiled. It's going to need to be fertilised. Probably put oilseed radish in, but I might not do. I might do the first crop without doing any of that stuff. We'll definitely put compost down though. So once this field is done, once this field is ready, we're going to plant soybeans just like in the other fields. And this is going to give us a kind of a bumper bonanza crop of soybeans coming from 3 fields. I know they're not the biggest fields in the world. When we own that one, because at the moment obviously we're leasing it still, when we own it, I will most probably convert them all into one big field. But we need another 85,000 for that. And that brings me on to another good point. Tomorrow we have to pay back our loan. Someone, I think it might have been Max, but I don't remember to be honest, did say that the loan payments are not going to be too difficult to make. And that's true. 5,000 every 2 days is not a massive amount. But what you also have to remember is, yesterday I paid interest of £1,100. I think £1,200. So I paid £1,200, and I didn't technically pay anything off. And also, the money we're making, I don't really want to have to spend it all on paying back the loan. We will, so we can get those interest payments down. But I want to use the money for expansion, especially now we have our own land. And with our own land, we can obviously put down some permanent buildings. I mean, it would be very nice if we could have a house. That would be really good. But that might be asking a little bit too much. But yeah, we've got to get ourselves a house at some point, somewhere to live. I'd like to build some of the shops. We need to build a town if we can. That way we can actually get people coming in and we can buy and sell our goods to them. Obviously there's other things as well. The cows could do with a better pen, although that's probably really low on the list. I would have much preferred it if I could have been getting manure slurry from them, but beggars can't be choosers. We just have to take what we've got, really. And unfortunately we do not have any, let's call them refuse products. Or waste products. Waste products is better. That's what they are. Yeah, we're not getting any of that from them at the moment, which is a shame, but it happens. But of course it would be nice if we could have our better cow pen. Be even better if we could have some other animals. But again, it's a lot of work and a lot of money. And if I've got to pay off the loan as well as pay interest, it's going to take us quite a long time to do that. Which is why getting our own field is one very good step. Because one of the first things I want to build on my new field is an area for making compost. And that's not going to help us right now because we're using all of our grass and hay and everything. But when we get ourselves some straw, the straw, I believe, can go into the compost. And that means that we will be starting to get some free fertilizer. So that's quite an exciting idea. I'm looking forward to that. And it doesn't cost too much. I think it's only 10,000, which is all of the money we have right now if I was to buy it. But if we're getting free fertilizer, I can't complain, especially if we can use the straw we get from the field to fill it. Then it's kind of free fertilizer made with free products. That's kind of like the dream. But we'll see. So, that's enough chit chat. I am now going to get the rest of this done. When I appear, I'll probably be halfway through the tedding when I come back. But I will see you in a second. Alright, so I've got a fair chunk of this now tedded. And yeah, we're just going to carry on. After this, I don't know. I mean, I said I was going to do it with a baler, but I just feel like leasing a baler for this small amount is a bit of a waste. We do still have, I think, we'll check up when we go back down in a second, I think we still have the hay lift, in which case we can use that. It's a little bit more unrealistic because of its crazy width, but it makes this kind of job very quick, and it looks like we do still have it. Yeah, there it is over there. So I think we'll use the hay lift. It'll just make the job that little bit quicker. And I don't want this episode to be over in a flash, but at the same time, I don't want it to last forever, because I need to get my recording times down a little. And I could really do with some bigger equipment, because when I do things off camera, it takes me a really long time. Oh yes. Just seeding those 2 fields and also doing the what's it called, the cultivation, took me, I think, 2 hours in total yesterday. Having the small equipment is really cool. I do really like it. It's what we've got. We started with it. We've earned money to get it. But at the same time, oh man, it takes a lot to do anything. And that's just a bit of a pain, I'll be honest. So yeah, I think we'll pick it up with a hay lift. The reason I'm saying the hay lift rather than the loading wagon is because, well, it's got a hay lift, so I could argue it's for it, but also it's got a wider working width. The pickup wagon has got a really small working width, and because we don't have a windrower, it takes a really long time as well to do pickups. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, nothing at all. It's just, yeah, this is a small amount of grass, or I should say hay now. It's a small amount. I don't want us to spend, 40 minutes collecting it for no particular reason. We should get it done quickly. We can go and dump it in. The cows will be very, very happy with us because we'll give them an extra 25%. And obviously that will improve their productivity and all that kind of stuff, which is great. And we'll see as well whether it takes the reproduction rate down. Or no, the reproduction rate up. The time until reproduction, until next child. Next child. I'm rambling. Time until next calf, if it takes that down. That's what we'll see. I have a feeling it does. I think the productivity is kind of like the health that you have in seasons. The healthier they are, the quicker they breed, and the more milk they make, and usually the more manure they make, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah. But this hasn't taken too long. So far I've been recording for 35 minutes, and I had to take a few minute break to answer the phone. So yeah, we're doing pretty well in terms of time for the video, time to get these jobs done, all that stuff. Okay, so we're going to drop him back. I am going to have to go run around the edges a bit and take some grass off because it's kind of annoying me a little. The grass that we have just sitting here around the edges. It's alright right there, it's not too bad. But there's some that's very, very close that I don't like. So, let's get connected. I think we'll head up here. Just unfold. And I think this is the right kind of width. Oh yeah, that's the right kind of width. Good, good. And you can see this is just kind of zapping it straight up. You can also see that even though hay doesn't weigh much, the percentage should be filling up because it's still got the same litre capacity. But what's actually happening is it's not going up that quickly, which means although we've got some hay here, we've not got that much. Not as much as I thought we would anyway. That's okay. We've got plenty of grass that we can still cut. This will be turned into another field. I'll do that in between episodes probably. The cat has just come to say hello to everyone. So yeah, we'll get this turned into just a small field. Yeah, we will, won't we? And it will definitely be combined at some point with that one just to the side of us, because that would make the most sense. Combine those two to start with. We can combine others later. I think that's a good starting gamble. Okay. So we are almost full. Just want to be really careful that I don't go too close to that. Like I said, it's got a really wide working width, so I don't want him to pick that up. There we go. That is us done. Put that down. I apologise for the cat. I don't know what's going on with him. He's decided to become a bit of a feature of my videos recently. It's pretty much almost always the same cat. Okay. We can lift the thing up. Drop it into here. And that should now be filling up the hay category. It is, perfect. Now I'm not sure how long it'll take for this to work out that we're a bit more productive. We'll have to see. Currently on 230 hours, so we're and 250 and 230, so we'll see. It takes a while to empty, I have to say. Oh, but the productivity is going up. Look at that. We're now at 59%. Woohoo! So when we give them some grass silage, it should go up even more. But it looks like it doesn't affect the reproduction rate, which is interesting. I thought it did. Kind of disappointed. Can't be too disappointed, but... yeah. Yes, Mr. Cow. I am dropping off some food for you. You're very right. At least that'll boost the milk income. That's good. But obviously, as you can tell from the amount of hay we've got on that field, we're not actually going to boost him that much. Right. So, back to the field. Got some more hay. Luckily we've got all of this grass around the pen that I can use as well for making more hay later. Not today though. It's definitely not today's job. Today is all about getting this stuff done. We'll see if we can make an entire field in one episode. That would actually be quite a cool challenge. So maybe, to go with that, I should do a time lapse of the actual ploughing it up. Then we'll have the entire field made in one episode. Admittedly, it's not a big field, but it's still a field. I never claimed it would be massive. So, second load coming in, and something very cool, which I'll show you now. Not that. So it did have an effect on the reproduction rate, which means our next animal is currently 153 hours. That is how many days? 4 plus... that is 6.5 days. So once we give them some silage, it should drop even more, and that will make things even better. Cows more and more quickly, that's what we want. We will have to get some bales though, because as we're not running seasons, things don't rot, and having bales just makes it easier. I can kind of store them somewhere without needing to actually just... like now I have to collect that grass, and because the cows didn't need any, I had to put it into the pit. But if I can store them in bale form, that will just make things better. I can throw a bale in whenever's needed. But we're almost empty again, which means I will have to go and collect again. And how are we doing now? 18,000, so yeah. It's not much, but every little helps. Every little helps. Don't ask me why I made that noise, I don't know. So, yep, I'll get another load, possibly the last load. And then we'll be moving on to the final part of making this field. And the final load has arrived. So, I'm going to get this emptied. It's not going to be that much in there because this is not a full load. But, let's see. See how much we end up with when this is finally emptied out. We have ended up with 25,661 litres, so that should hopefully keep us going, at least until we get our first little baby cow. That would be nice. So now, I'm going to go drop this off, and I'm going to grab the subsoiler, and then we're going to do a time-lapse of me subsoiling that entire video. That entire video? Me subsoiling that entire field in one go. There we go then, the field is completely done. It's gone from wasteland to a field in one episode. I'm pretty proud of what we've done here. Not the smallest, not the biggest field in the world, but it'll help. Thank you very, very much for watching everyone, and until next time, I'll see you soon. Bye bye.